Hey guys, Chris from Tillman Family Farms. So I haven't been on here in a while. A lot of things have happened in the past month. Yeah, right at a month now. So on July 22nd, my wife and I were on vacation in North Georgia, and I had a massive heart attack. 45 years old. Still having a hard time believing and understanding exactly how it happened. Apparently, I have maybe some genetics. My cholesterols were just fine. I do have diabetes that was unchecked, so they're contributing that to it. But my triglycerides were pretty well out of the water. And it caused for me to have a 100% blocked, I may get this wrong, lower descending coronary artery. They call that heart attack the widowmaker. About 10 to 12% of people survive that heart attack. I got very, very, very lucky. It's a long story, but I'll tell you the short version. We went to Ellijay, Georgia. It was a Saturday morning. We got up and we went and found a farmer's market, a lot like what we do, and we bought ourselves some local vegetables, and we went around the town there. We walked just about everywhere, tried to catch all the historic sites. We went out and saw some farms. We found a farm a lot like ours, and we bought some steaks. We went to an apple orchard, and we ended up buying some hard apple cider. And we took it back to our cabin that had an amazing view. You could probably see 50 miles off this back porch. And we relaxed, read a book on the back porch, and it was just a really, really nice day. And went to go to bed that night. I started feeling like I had heartburn, and it just got worse and worse. I got up and took some Pepto and all sorts of things like that. I would get momentary relief when I was taking the Pepto. So I really was convinced that maybe the apple cider had a lot of acid in it, and that I was just having a hard time with it. So up and down out of the bed. Jamie was awake. She was reading a book. Finally, at some point or another, I called out to her and I said, "Hey, babe," I said, this is not heartburn. This is something different. I said, my arm's kind of hurting, and it was really funny. You hear a lot of people talk about heart attacks that your arms just start tingling. Well, my arms didn't tingle. They went numb, and they started to pound with excruciating pain. So she came out. She was in the medical field for a long time, so she immediately recognized that I was having a heart attack, and she was taking my pulse. She got me laid down. She called 911. We were in a strange place, so we had no idea where the hospitals were or anything like that. Small town too, so weren't sure if there was a hospital close by. So luckily for us, the fire station the ambulance was stationed at was just a mile or so down the road from the end of the little mountain road that we were on. So it took them about 12 minutes to get there. The paramedic that got there, when he got there and he put an EKG on me, he kind of freaked out on me a little bit, and which of course freaked me out. And I kind of went into that, holy crap, don't let me die. And when I said that, he was about as honest as he could be. And he told me, he said, "Buddy," he said, "I'm not going to lie to you." He said, "This is bad." He said, "You're having a really bad heart attack." He said, "I can't promise you anything." He said, "But I'm going to do everything that I can to get you where you need to be and get you there on time." And somewhere at that point, I kind of told myself, I was like, holy crap, just don't close your eyes. Just hang in there and do what you got to do. And took him a few minutes to get me in the ambulance. It's a gravel driveway, so I mean, stretcher thing doesn't roll very good on a gravel driveway, but get me in there, work on me for a few more minutes, get going down the mountain. About halfway down the mountain road, kind of the same thing, same guy working on me, and I could tell he was getting a little frantic, and he just kind of told me, he said, "Buddy, you fixing to hate me." He said, "I'm sorry." He said, "But I got to do it." And next thing I know, they shocked me through the pads that they had on my chest and the little leads, and it was then that I kind of realized how bad off I was, because as he was saying what he was saying to me, everything was just kind of gray. I was staring at the top of the ambulance, and after he shocked me, all of a sudden I had feeling back in my arms. Everything looked brighter. It was a very, very, very odd situation, and something I've never even come close to experiencing before. Once they got me down the mountain, they took me to a fire station, and they put me on a helicopter, and they flew me to Gainesville, Georgia. The hospital in Gainesville, Georgia is a fantastic hospital. I can't say enough about the people there, the doctors, the nurses, the staff, whole nine yards. They were fantastic. They got me in over there into the emergency room. And mind you, LJ, Georgia, and Gainesville are about an hour and 15 to hour and 20 minutes apart. When they left with me in the ambulance, they didn't know where the helicopter was going to take me. They didn't know if they were going to Atlanta. They didn't know if they were going to Gainesville. So the 911 dispatcher had to call Jamie back and tell her where they were taking me. So she had an hour and 15-minute drive and had no idea what kind of condition I was in, whether I was alive or dead or anything. So they get me to the hospital, get me out of the ambulance, get me over to the cath lab, and they start doing their stuff. Jamie gets there about the time the procedure's going on, and I finally went out in the whole deal when I was in the cath lab. They were pumping me with so much morphine and all kinds of other stuff that at that point it was just kind of hard to hold on. But I was lucky, even though it was 100% blockage of the big artery. They did not have to crack my chest open, thank God. But I've never really been on a lot of medication or anything like that. So the next day actually, they start giving me all these meds. I couldn't eat for about 4 days. And it was a very trying situation. There was a lot of fluid around my heart, so they were giving me something to push the fluid off. That pushed fluid into my lungs, so I had fluid on my lungs for several days. Actually, still a touch of that, still battling that a little bit. I'm on a medication to try to push fluid out of me. But here I am, a month later. I don't have anything to compare this recovery to. So when I say that, like, I've had the flu, I've had COVID, I've had broken arms, broken legs, broken ribs, fluid on my knees, fluid on my elbows, bursitis. I've had all sorts of things. But when it comes to what is it going to take to recover from this, physically, it's going to take time. Mentally, I'm pretty sure it's going to take a whole lot more. I have a lot of issues right now with a lot of the things that we do in life. Like we work 24/7, and I'm not 100% sure that I want to do that anymore. It's difficult because here I am a month away from when I almost died, and I am almost back to doing the same exact routine that I've done for years and years and years. Get up, go to my day job, give them 40 to 50 hours a week, come home, change clothes, and start farming. I love this. But this doesn't make me the money that my day job does. I don't have to have this farm to make money and survive. Jamie doesn't have to have this farm job to make money and survive. We started doing the farm thing because it was a dream that one day it would make enough money to at least support our day to day with a healthy retirement that we're working on as it is now. So I don't know. I'm kind of to that point in my life where I would like to try to do more things that I enjoy, more things that I can enjoy with my family, with my kids, with my wife, my parents, and whomever else. I thoroughly enjoy the way I live, and I have for a very, very long time, providing for ourselves, and last couple of years been able to provide a business that provides good, wholesome foods for people in our community and things like that. But man, it's a lot of work. Golly, it's a lot of work. And I'll tell you how much work it is. So 2 weeks after I had a heart attack, I was letting these guys, they would kill, scald, and pluck birds. And then I would come out for about 20 minutes at a time, and I would eviscerate and clean and get them in a chill tank. And I would do about 5 or 10 at a time, and I'd come back in and sit down in the cool air. And we had a cow. We did a video a while back on a cow that prolapsed. She had that calf, and she prolapsed really, really, really bad. So I had to put that cow down. So that's one of the crazy things that's been happening around here. Put the cow down. Had to have a friend of ours. We had to do a custom processor. It was on a Sunday afternoon. Didn't have much of a choice, so we had a friend of ours come over. Brad and Teresa Harrelson came over and helped us gut the cow and get it loaded up and actually take it to the processor that's got it for us now. And we had tons of piglets before we ever left, and before any of this happened, that we had up for sale, and we ended up having to sell those guys off really cheap because we didn't have the time, we didn't have all the things that needed to fall in place for us to get out there and wean and castrate and do all the things that we normally do with these piglets. So missed opportunity there. They didn't sell for as much as what we normally would, but we also weren't selling the same thing that people would normally get. So, and then yesterday, which has been a long time coming, my daughter's horse, long time horse. My daughter's about to turn 20, and she's had this horse since she was 6 or 7, and he's had cancer for some time. And we had made a decision a while back that when we came back from this vacation, that we were going to have him put down, and circumstances didn't allow that. So that happened yesterday. Very, very emotional for our family. That horse has given my daughter a lot of joy, and for Jamie and I, the same thing. But I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these videos. I love them, and I've been doing them for a while. Just now kind of starting to pay off a little bit, but it's just another something else. I mean, it was almost like I had 3 jobs. I'm crying like a baby. It was almost like I had 3 jobs. It was almost like I had a day job, I had a farm job, and then I had this YouTube job that always stressed me. Oh, I got to get another video out this week. Got to do this, got to do that. I feel like over the past couple of years, we've put out a lot of really, really good information, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback, helped a lot of people, and that's amazing. But like I say, I don't know to what level. I think we'll always do these things that we do. I just don't know to what level we'll do them. So we'll see. But it's going to be a long road. I think it'll be another, probably 2 or 3 months before I'm 100%. I've got a stent. They were able to clean everything out and put a stent in. So my recovery time has been a whole lot shorter than it would have been if they cracked my chest open. But still, I get winded really fast because all the stuff with my lungs. Even at work, just climbing a set of stairs. By the time I get to the top of the stairs, it's just like, good Lord, I feel like I climbed a mountain. But hopefully all those things will pass, and I'll be able to get back to some shape of what I once was, and be able to move forward and do some things that I want to do. But got me on a crazy diet between the diabetic diet and the heart healthy diet. Everything tastes like cardboard. It's pretty terrible. And with my life being 75 to 80% food, producing food, helping people get food, selling food, it's a little bit depressing because I can't eat on a regular basis the things that I've always eaten because of whatever reasons. I mean, I find myself going to the dadgum store to get these super processed things because their label says that yeah, you can have that. It goes against everything that I stand for the most part, and it's very difficult. I've lost about 22 pounds so far, which will probably just keep falling right off of me. But I don't know. It's a whole different something. There's a lot of people that are on YouTube that have us on social media as well. So a lot of people knew that this happened and knew when it happened and all that stuff. But I don't know. I wasn't in a big hurry to do a video. I had forced myself to do it right now. So like I say, I'm not sure what the future holds for YouTube. Not sure what capacity the farm will be in over the next couple of years. And then again, I don't know if anything will change. I may just still be in that realm of holy crap, what happened? And I may just snap right back to normal and just keep on living life, which at this point I think would be ashamed. If I had died, I don't have grandchildren. There's a lot of things that my wife and I would love to still do together that we haven't done together. A lot of places that we'd like to see, a lot of memories to make. And I almost think that if I continue to work 24/7 like I do now, or like I have been, I just don't know if some of those things will ever happen. And maybe next time, I might not make it, or might not pull through, or maybe it'd be something else that gets me, or even gets her. I don't know. But right now my mindset is all about take advantage of the present. So I don't know. Like I say, it's a lot to think about, a whole lot to think about. So I'm going to cut it short. This thing's running a little bit long, just to tell a little story, a little update about me and what happened and where we've been and all that stuff. So I appreciate you guys watching. Maybe we'll see you on the next video.